In this video, I'll answer what is kind of an insane question, but everyone is asking. What should your first gun be? A rifle or a handgun? Quick reminder, we have a gun giveaway going on right now. You can enter for free, but it ends soon. Just click the link in the description below to reveal which brand new gun you could win. Hi, I'm Kevin Michalowski, the Director of Content for the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. Now, if you're new to this channel, we help responsibly armed Americans like you get educated, trained, and insured. So, let's open this can of worms. We have a debate. More and more Americans are looking to become responsibly armed. More than 5 million new gun owners, that's people who bought their first gun in 2020. The question of what kind of first gun should that be is becoming more and more frequent. Those people who grew up around guns likely started shooting a .22 caliber rifle, but those looking for a firearm right now are probably thinking of something about home or personal defense. And many will immediately jump to a 9mm pistol or an AR-15. The humble .22, however, has been used in quite a few home defense situations. While everyone's first gun won't be the same, what you think about before you buy that first gun should be. So, let's talk about the reasons for choosing a rifle first. When you're choosing your first gun, shoppers should look for a firearm that makes learning the basics, that's sight picture, sight alignment, trigger press, grip, recoil control, should make that easier. In my opinion, there's nothing even close to a .22 caliber rifle for learning the basics of firearms, safety, and effectiveness. The longer barrel is helpful in teaching and maintaining accuracy and safety because it's easier to notice which way you're pointing that longer barrel. And even a semi-automatic rifle can be used as a single shot while training. Just remove the magazine and work the bolt with each shot. The .22 rifle has little or no felt recoil, and accuracy is excellent. The lack of felt recoil allows you to make sure that you're doing everything right without introducing a flinch that will come with something that has more report and more recoil. In terms of accuracy, the little Ruger 10/22 is a great example. The 10/22 will easily put 5 rounds into 3 inches at 50 yards in the hands of a pretty adequate shooter. The .22 rifle encourages practice because the ammunition's cheap and now lately available, and it inspires new shooters to engage in more outdoor and shooting activities. An important consideration is that the .22 rifle will seldom be outgrown. As long as you choose a quality rifle, it seems that you will hang on to that rifle forever. After all, if you feel limited, there's always the option to add optical sights or a different stock and find an upgrade for that rifle. For a lifetime investment, the .22 rifle looks really good. It's a great place to start as your first gun. Now, maybe you want a handgun. And again, I'm going to lead you toward a .22 because it helps you to learn better. It's easier to learn with the smaller caliber gun. If you're training for personal defense, rather than sporting use, a handgun makes perfect sense. For new shooters looking for a first handgun, a good quality .22 rimfire handgun is a wise choice. One factor that several new shooters mentioned was that a handgun is easier to store and make safe and keep safe in a locking box. So if you're headed out to the range, you can do so with very little fanfare. A rifle, even in a case, is pretty obvious, and this can be an important consideration. Indoor ranges are often friendlier to the handgun shooter as well. Most have firing ranges set up where you can shoot between 5 and 25 yards, allowing you to build skills at common defensive distances. Most have a firing range that you may set from 5 to 25 yards, allowing you to build skill at common defensive ranges. And if you can shoot your .22 pistol accurately at common defensive ranges, you'll probably be able to shoot pretty good with a 9mm when you decide to move upward. Now, if you want to start with a pistol, if you want to move immediately into the handgun world, understand a .22 caliber handgun, also the same great benefits. You're learning all of the things you need to know without the massive recoil and the loud report that could introduce what we call a training scar, teaching you how to flinch properly every time you shoot. You'll see that on the range a lot. If somebody drops the hammer on an empty chamber and their hands just jerk down, that's because they're anticipating that recoil and they're a little bit nervous about it. Start shooting a .22 caliber pistol and learn all of the basic skills, including trigger control and trigger finger discipline to make sure that you're squeezing that trigger, you're pressing the trigger straight back all the way through the shot and you won't flinch. The more you do that with the small caliber handgun, the better off you'll be when you step up to something that Colonel Cooper used to call a caliber of consequence. Once again, we need to remind you that a whole lot of people have been shot and killed with .22 long rifle guns. So if you choose a .22 long rifle and you need to use it in a last resort as a self-defense tool, it will work, not as well as some of the other big calibers, but I'm a firm believer that no bad guy stops to ask what caliber you're shooting at him. When the gun starts going off, bad guys want to get out of there. But I don't want you to have to count on that. So for self-defense, I would suggest you choose something bigger. But for training and to introduce yourself to all of the things that you need to know to do correctly, I'm going to suggest starting with a .22 caliber. .22 long rifle, whether you make it a rifle or a pistol, really doesn't matter to me. It just allows you to learn the basics before you move up. Because truthfully, once you buy your first gun, I don't think it's going to be your last gun. It's something that you are going to get involved in. It's something you're going to pay attention to. And when guns come up for sale, it's time to buy a gun. Thanks for watching to the end of this video. So I'm going to remind you again that we have this gun giveaway going on and it ends really soon. All you have to do is click on the link below to reveal which brand new gun you could win. Then you won't even have to buy your first gun. You might be able to win it. I'm Kevin Michalowski, Director of Content for the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe, comment, and share this video because YouTube is actively suppressing firearms videos and we need your help to defeat the algorithm and push gun videos out to more people. Stay safe and we'll see you in the next video.